Hey, Renee Castle here with Country 1025, and I am so excited because this is the most amazing day ever. Street Party, Country 1025, hashtag 1025 Street Party. And I am here with this amazing, handsome country male artist, Brett Young, who just rocked the stage with his brand new single that is climbing the charts, Sleep Without You. How you doing, Brett? Did you have fun up there?
I'm doing great. That was so fun. It's still kind of early. I didn't expect the street to fill that quick, but there's a lot of people out there. That was a blast.
Yeah, there are definitely some major country fans out here in Boston, and so many that have been thrilled to see you. So it's very good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, having been traveling, I'm sure, a whole lot, and being an artist that is rising, I do have to ask about your origins a little bit. First of all, we're both Californians. We established that beforehand.
Cali,
so,
that's right.
Woohoo, fist
that's
bump.
right, fist bump.
And
then we blow it up, then we high five it. I like it. Creating new things as we go. I like that.
I love it. I love it. Now, just a little bit about your background. So, when did you decide that music was something that you wanted to pursue?
You know, music started for me because I grew up in the church, so it was always just kind of something that you did because that's what you do. And I always knew that I loved it, but because that's where it started, I never really saw how it could translate into a career or something that carried on past that. And it wasn't till college where I was playing college baseball and I hurt my arm, and it became clear that I wasn't going to be able to play baseball anymore, that I had to quickly figure out what I was passionate about, and it was a very easy decision from that point. Like, I realized if it wasn't sports, it was obviously music, and I slowly began to realize I love music more than I ever loved sports, and it's been no looking back from there. And so, it was like my junior year in college that I realized I wanted to write and perform music.
Very cool. Wow. So you've already had the pleasure of performing with lots of great artists such as yourself. And is there anybody that you feel really inspires you, or anyone that you feel inspires your music?
Maybe the most inspiring artist in country music right now is Tim McGraw.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, I'll never forget the first time that I heard Don't Take the Girl on the radio and decided that country music was like my favorite. And it was such a good storytelling song, but the crazy thing about Tim and his career is that he continues to grow as an artist. And I think that was what, 93?
Yes.
We're talking like 22 years ago, 23 years ago, and he's still at the top of the game. And so I'm a huge fan. I look up to him, and I hope to end up on a stage with him one day.
Well, I believe that you will be.
Thank you. Your lips to God's ears.
There we go. Well, the talent, when you see it, you got to call it out.
Thank
you. Sure. For sure. Now, other questions I have are just about your life as far as, growing up and coming out to Nashville, and then obviously traveling the whole world. Are you enjoying the journey, the adventure of it all?
Yeah, it's incredible. I never expected to be able to play multiple shows in different cities in the same day, doing something that I absolutely love. And so the journey is, people might be surprised to hear like how busy it is, but every single day you wake up knowing you get to go to work and that your job is playing music. And so it's a blessing. It's so much fun.
Oh, yeah. Now, speaking of the different things that you've done, has there been one moment thus far that was kind of maybe a surreal moment for you, or just an aha moment, something that just, wow, this is what I do, kind of a day or an evening?
Yeah, recently, so I grew up in Southern California, and there's a country music festival that they have in Southern California called the Stagecoach Festival, and my friends have always gone to it, and I never went and never attended. That was right when, I think it's 10 years old, that was right when I started doing music, and I said to myself, you know what, I just don't want to go to it until I can perform at it.
There you go.
And that was like such a lofty goal back then. I wasn't even putting out I wasn't even putting out country music, I was putting out singer-songwriter stuff. And so a couple months ago, we got to play the main stage at Stagecoach, and for me, that was everybody from Southern California that I grew up with, that came to all my shows in bars and restaurants and all of that. They were all right there in the front row. And so getting to go home and play your new music, I think, has been the most special thing to me. And you know what? It wasn't that different from getting to come here and do this because, like I said, my uncle played for the Patriots. My cousin and my family are here. And I guess he's my cousin-in-law, just said to me earlier, he's like, I never really thought about it, but he's like, Uncle Randy would get seats, really good seats for Red Sox games, but like you're literally now here, people are here to hear you, and you're looking up at the stadium. That must be really cool. It was a super, super cool moment. So maybe today in Stagecoach are like those 2 moments for me.
Wow. Well, feel honored to be a small part of a big day like that.
It was really,
for you.
really fun.
And wow, I mean, yeah, there's just so many people, like I said, that came out to see you.
It was a cool morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Afternoon. Morning. Afternoon.
What time is it?
Who knows? What day is it?
Right? I'm sure with all the traveling that you're doing.
This has been a really fun holiday weekend. It's been great.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. Now, this kind of question is a little bit more open-ended, but just I like to ask this, and it is to fill in the blank. Okay. If someone told you 5 years ago, and that's an arbitrary number, you could choose a different one, but if someone told you 5 years ago that you would be fill in the blank, you wouldn't believe them. How would you answer that?
If somebody told me 5 years ago that I would living in Nashville.
Wow.
Yeah, I was so determined to do it from Los Angeles.
Really?
And about 3 years ago, I realized like you could be as stubborn as you want, but you gotta live in Nashville. But because of my stubborn nature, I think 5 years ago, if somebody said you'll be living in Nashville, I would have told them no.
And yet there you are.
There I am, almost 3 years now.
So the South, and we talked a little bit about that before, and you said that, well, I lived in Nashville too, that you got a little case of the y'alls now.
Yeah, that takes all of 15 minutes.
Right?
The word y'all slips into your vocabulary almost immediately. The accent takes a little bit longer, but that starts to happen too. When it's all you hear every day, you're like, what did I just say? But the other day I said that I was going to learn somebody something instead of teach them, and I went, oh, Brett.
You are Southern now.
Yeah, that was the moment. But yeah, no, it's happening slowly but surely.
Well, it's cool, you just make, you learn as different places that you go and you pick up on the regionalism.
That's right, absolutely.
So now, if you were to pick maybe something about yourself that you don't think a listener would know about you, it could be a quirk, a strange habit, a hobby, anything that would surprise people to know about you. What would you?
I feel like it's that I have a Pomeranian Chihuahua mix is my dog. I think every time I live in this downtown part of Nashville, and every time I'm 6'6", so every time I'm walking this little like puffy dog around downtown Nashville, I think I wonder what people think about me. So yeah, I think that's funny. He's literally like the fluffiest little, looks like a baby fox. I don't know. It's just totally not the dog I would have picked. It's the one I ended up with, and now for 5 years of my life, he's like on my hip everywhere I go. So maybe that might be surprising to see.
Well, I think it takes a real man to have a small dog. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that dog bites everybody, but that's another story.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being out here, Brett. We've had such a great time with you at the Street Party. And thank you to our listeners, Country 1025. Don't forget to hashtag 1025 Street Party.
Hashtag it, y'all, 1025 Street Party.
And check out Brett Young on social media.
Thanks so much. Appreciate you.